Hi, my name's Kerry Badham and today I'm going to show you how to make some lovely Christmas cupcakes and some Christmas cookies. Christmas is a fantastic time of year that you can get together with your family and make some cupcakes or cookies. You can do it with your children, or you can do it for any of your Christmas parties that you'll maybe have coming up on New Year, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, or even over the Christmas period, and to give as little gifts to your friends. The first one I'm going to start with is our jumper cutter. I've rolled out some green fondant. You want it not too thick and not too thin. Place your cutter on top and apply some pressure, and then slide it around your workboard. Remove the excess, and I use my finger to go just across the back to take the sections out, and then you can pop it through. The next thing we want to do is we want to make a little decoration to go on top of our jumper. So what I'm going to use is the Cool Christmas tappets, and there's lots of different shapes on here. You've got the gingerbread man and a Christmas bauble, reindeer, snowflake, candy cane and a Santa, and then you have another 6 designs on the other one, which you have the snowman, a nice little Christmas present, Christmas pudding, a penguin, an elf and a lovely polar bear. But today we're going to make the snowflake. I've rolled out some white modelling paste. I'm just going to cut that in half, and then what we do is we place our Cool Christmas tappet across the top. Give it a slide, and we gently tap it out. Ideally you want to roll your fondant out and your modelling paste out and leave it dry off a little. It makes it easier to come out of the cutter. All I simply do then is pop a little bit of water into the centre of my jumper, and place the snowflake on top. I've done a couple of other designs for you. One of them is a Christmas pudding and one of them is the Christmas present, and all I did with this was I cut them out in the different colours, and then I used the sections that I wanted to be green for the holly, and I used the white for the icing, and I put some brown little black little dots on to make it look like currants, and exactly the same with the present one. So you would pop this to one side to dry, and once it's dry it's nice and easy to handle. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put some buttercream on our cupcake. So here we have the piping bag, and I'm using one of the FMM nozzles, and this is a number 12, and the good thing about this is that it's a clear nozzle, so you can see if you've got any air in it, so when you're piping it won't suddenly push through. So you just go around the edge as if you're doing an ice cream, like that, and then you just pop your jumper on top and it's finished. I'm now going to show you how to make the design that we've done on this cupcake here. I'm just going to show you how to make the disc on top. So the first thing we use is one of the circle cutters from our geometric set, and this will make the large disc. The second disc that we cut out to go on top of the cupcake will be one of the smaller ones. Down. We're going to start with the red, place it on top and apply pressure. Remove the excess and you can just pop it through. We're now going to do the stripes that are on top of the disc. This is the FMM multi-ribbon tool, and in the set you get 6 discs. So you get 2 with a straight edge, you get 2 with a stitching wheel edge, and the other 2 with a frilled edge. We're going to use the straight edge today. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out a thin stripe. And then I'm going to make the stripe a little bit wider. And the great thing about this tool is that you can just keep adjusting it to the width that you would like it to be. So we're going to go with a wider edge. And then I'm going to make it a little bit smaller again. Again, this is using the modelling paste. So I'm going to bring over my red disc, remove the strips in between. So we've got a small, medium and a larger size. So I'm going to place this over the top. Try to make them straight. Stick them on with a little water. We're kind of rushing this along quite quickly today. You can have some lovely stripes on top. So then we're going to use the smaller circle cutter. Pop it on top of your green fondant, pop it through, and again we're just going to stick that in the centre. And the last thing we need to do now is just add a small decoration on top. On there we've used the gingerbread man, and we've actually coloured him in gold with an edible food colour. I'm just going to do this in white for us today. Place our cool taffet on top, put it around. You can apply with your finger to give it the embossing, and then I just tap it out. It comes out nice and easy. Again, we stick it on top with some water. I would normally leave these dry in between the stages, but for the purpose of the video to show you today, we've done this quite quickly. Once that's dry, you just pop another swirl on top of your cupcake, and then you place your decoration on top, just as I did with the jumper. The last cupcake I'm going to show you how to do is to make this really cute Christmas pudding. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how we created this effect. It makes it look like the currants are actually in the top of the Christmas pudding. So I'll just show you with some fondant that I have here. And the product we're going to use are the Essential Shapes tappets. You get 8 shapes in the set. You get circles, ovals, you get some hexagons, diamond shapes, triangles, squares, rectangles and wonky rectangles. But today I'm just going to use the little round circles to make the currants on your Christmas pudding. And pop those to one side. Here's my black modelling paste that I rolled out earlier. So I'm just going to place these on. Just the same with the rest of the tappets. Apply some pressure and then you just tap them out. And I'm going to do that again, just for a couple of them. So I'm just going to show you this with a couple, just to show you how to do that bit. So what you do is you tap out a couple of your currants, pop it on top. I'm just going to show you with 2. And then what you would do is you would take your rolling pin and you would roll back over the top, and it makes it look like your currants are actually in the fondant. But you don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. What you can do as well is you can actually just stick it on top. So if I just pop that to one side, here's our one that we prepared earlier, and here we're just going to place the currants on top. Set them out anywhere on your cupcake. The next item that we're going to use is going to use a splat to make it look like the splat of icing on top of your Christmas pudding. Just roll out your fondant. You can use your FMM Dabber Dust to dust your work surface. When you roll your fondant out, always turn it over, and I normally leave it to sit for a little while just to dry off a bit, but for the purpose of this video we're going to speed things up a little bit. Remove the excess and then just pop your splat through. Water on the top and place it over the top. We have some small holly leaves here. We're going to use the smallest of the holly leaves, and this is out of the FMM holly leaves set of 3. Here I've rolled out my green modelling paste. And just the same as we've done with the rest of the cutters, we just cut them out and pop them through. And if you want to, you can put a little bit of veining on your holly leaves, just to add a little bit more attention to detail. It's very quick and simple to do. It just adds a little bit of detail. So we pop them on top. What we also did with this one is we gave it a little gold dusting, which again was with the edible gold dust that you can purchase. So we pop that in the centre, and then just using some red fondant we rolled some small berries. There, it's done. The last decoration I'm going to show you how to make is a little Christmas tree topper to just go on top of a cupcake. So I've already cut this disc out earlier, again using the larger circle in the geometric set that I showed you earlier. That's already dry. I've rolled out my green fondant, and here we have the impression mat set 4. It's really pretty. You've got 2 small lace designs on the mat. I'm not sure if you can pick that up on the camera, but it gives a lovely textured effect on your Christmas tree, and we've already demonstrated that here on the Christmas cake that I have at the side of me on the small Christmas trees, sorry. So I'm going to place my impression mat on top and use your rolling pin to go across the back of your impression mat. You may want to do this a couple of times. It depends on how dry your fondant is before doing it. And here you can see that you've got a lovely impression in the fondant. So all I now do is just place my Christmas tree cutter on top. This is a single Christmas tree that you can purchase from FMM. Place it on top, and just like the other cutters, give it a little wiggle, remove the excess, pop it through, and then just the same as I did before, I just pop a little bit of water on top and do the Christmas trees. And that again is another decoration that you can put on top of your cupcake, or you could even put it on top of a cookie. So on here you would just cut this out and make a red disc, and you would just pop it on top. So the last thing I'm going to show you is just how to make the cookies. So basically we baked a cookie, we popped a little hole through using the FMM knife and scriber tool, and we again just cut out a circle of fondant using the large circle cutter from the geometric set, and just as before, just pop it a little wet bit in the middle. And here from the Cool Christmas Tappets, I've cut out a little elf, and you can put a piece of ribbon through, and then you can hang them on a tree just as I've done on the tree behind me. Another great idea for the Cool Christmas Tappets is that you can make a lovely Christmas bunting to go around your Christmas cake, which you can see here on the cake that I have to one side of me. Thank you for watching our Christmas cupcake and cookie tutorial video, and we do hope we've inspired you.